All right, guys, this is what's next. This is a 1986 El Camino, and it's gonna get a full respray inside and out. First of all, let's address the dents. Let's find all the dents, circle them out. I already found a couple of them. Let me just continue and find every single little dent that this car has and mark them. Okay guys, I'm on this area right now. I did sand it down with 180 grit, but before sanding it, I did fix these little minor door dings. They look like door dings. This one's a little bit bigger, but not that deep. So what I used to fix that was polyester finishing putty. This is what I'm using. You're gonna ask, why didn't you use body filler? Reason being is that these are extremely minor dents, door dings, which this body filler works perfectly for that. Everything's been covered. Let me show you the primer I'm going to be using. Let's just mix it up and let's go. This is a primer that I'm going to be using. It's a 2K polyurethane primer surfacer, and it's mixed 4-1-1. 4 parts of the primer, 1 part of the activator, and 1 part of the reducer. Let's mix it up. As you can see, I just stuck the actual point, and I'm using the leverage of the handle to just cut through the silicone. That's all I'm doing. And we have removed it without breaking it. Awesome. Let me show you how much glue these people added to this windshield. It is a lot, but we're gonna fix it. We're gonna remove all this glue, clean it up, primer it, and paint it. The way we're gonna be removing all this glue from this area is just with a razor blade. All you gotta do is just cut it up until everything is gone. Once the glue has been cleaned as much as possible, get yourself the angle grinder, and with 180 grit, I'm gonna scrape everything off, making sure that bare metal is present. After that, I come back with some self-etching primer and apply it to the bare metal. Now, after several hours of grinding and sanding, everything has been cleaned up. Right there is the first coat of the 2K primer. So I'm going to be applying 3 coats. That way I can block it real nice and straight. This is the guide coat that I'm going to be using. It's a dry coat, which I'm going to be applying. Sometimes I use aerosol, matte black aerosol to spray it on. I don't have that right now, but I do have some dry guide coat. So that's what I'm going to be applying. There you go. And yes, it is that simple to apply. I already applied it to the top also, to the fenders, and the other side. So now, what do? Let's get the blocks. This is one of the blocks that I'm going to be using. It's an 11-inch block right there, and I'm also going to be using a round block for these areas right here that it's kind of rounded. So let's just begin. Let me show you the sandpaper I'm going to start with. This is the sandpaper I'm going to be using. It's a roll, it's a sticky back, and it is a 220 grit. I'm going to start with 220 grit sandpaper, then progress to 320 and 400. 400 is where I'm going to let it be, let it set. That's perfect for that paint. All you're going to do is cut the amount of sandpaper that you need, remove that sticky film, and glue it to the block. That is it. Let's do that so we can start. You got your sandpaper nice and flat. Let's start sanding. right there, guys. As you can see, I'm blocking in a cross pattern motion. You need to do a cross pattern motion, not just up and down or side to side, because you're gonna get very bad results. You're gonna leave lines, and you're gonna leave, it's no good. Now all this that you see right there, those are low spots, but we added enough primer to keep on blocking. So we block until those low spots go away. So let me just continue, and we're gonna be doing that to the entire vehicle. The majority of the sanding is finished on the flat areas. I did cut through a little bit, but I can see that it's kind of flat, so I'm just gonna apply some primer right here too. I'm just gonna apply some primer so I can cover this little bit of body filler showing. So I'm just gonna spray some primer on it and block it again, and that'll be eliminated. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with this. This is rounded, so I'm gonna use the round block to start doing all this. Alright, and I already sanded that with that round block, including this, and we're ready. This part is ready to be primed again so that I can block it again and cover all those areas. I'm already starting in this cell area right there and gonna be doing all this. There you go. That's the way you block. I still need to block right there. As you can see, you can still see some low spots, but basically that's it. That's the way you block. This is 220 right now. I still need to block it one more time, actually two more times, with a 320 and 400. I'm gonna be painting the top first. The top color is teal, and it also has a stripe on the bottom that's teal, but I'm gonna do the top first because it's a lot easier for me to cover everything up when I paint the actual blue color. I'll show you how I'm gonna do it. You saw me covering the car. Everything is ready. Everything has been covered. So let's just start. Let's just start adding the paint. First of all, I'm gonna start with the sealer. Then we'll go ahead and start applying the paint. Now you guys might be asking, why aren't you painting the whole car together? Well, this is a two-tone color. I can do it together, but this way it'll give me a better finish. So that's the way I'm gonna be doing it. This is the sealer that I'm going to be using. It's from Uricam, and it is a medium gray. And I am using all Uricam products on this El Camino, guys. There you go, one coat of sealer. That is all it needs. Nice, smooth, perfect. There is the first coat. I'm gonna let it dry for about 15 minutes, come back, apply 2 more coats. This is a really nice color. You saw me apply the 3 coats of base. Next, I'm gonna let it set for about 15 minutes. Then I'm gonna be doing the drop coat. What the drop coat is, you're controlling the way the metallics are landing. So you saw me spray the 3 coats. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be away from the panel. I'm gonna be like about 10 inches to 12 inches away from the panel and just mist the paint. I'm gonna be misting it like if I was painting a 4th coat, but it's gonna be a misty paint. There it is. That was the control coat, drop coat, whatever you want to call it, but that's how you do it. Just pull the gun away from the panel a little bit higher, a little bit more, and you won't have any blotchiness, any tiger striping, nothing. All the metallics laid down flat, even, and that's it. We're gonna wait about 15 minutes for it to dry. Come back, let's start applying that clear. The clear I'm going to be using is the Glamour Clear from Eurocam, right there guys, and I am using a medium activator, so let's just mix it up and apply it. And after 4 coats of clear, and that is how you do it, guys. Right there. Next gonna be the bottom part of the body. There it is. That's the first and only coat of sealer that this car needs. And I've been asked several times, why do I apply sealer? Sealer, it is primer, but it's a non-sandable primer. And the reason I apply sealer is to get one uniform color through the entire vehicle, which you saw this was blue. This was primered. It had some blotchiness of that self-etch primer, and we need all of that to be one solid color. That is what primer is. It also gives it a better adhesion to the paint. So once you apply it, let it set for about 15 minutes and continue. No sanding required. There it is, the first coat of the two-tone color, which is the teal. I'm going to be painting the teal first because it's a lot easier for me to cover the smaller area than the rest of the car. So I'm going to be applying 3 coats. Then after that, I'm going to wait about 30 to 45 minutes for that teal to dry completely before I can tape it up, cover it up, and spray the other darker blue. There it is. 3 coats of base on the bottom color. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna wait for about 30 to 45 minutes. All right, 30 to 45 minutes for it to dry. Come back, start taping it up so that I can paint the darker blue on the center. First of all, I start by placing a fine line tape where the molding goes. It goes right here in the middle, so I'm placing that fine line tape right there, making sure that it crosses all the way across. After that, cut myself a paper and just cover it up. I am gonna use the 3M tape, automotive tape, but I'm gonna place it right on top of the fine line tape and the paper. Let me show you. Right there, it's on top of the fine line tape, and yeah, there's a little bit of paint. And if you prepared everything correct and waited that 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, when you peel it, nothing's coming off. Why? Because it's done the correct way. So I'm just gonna tape it up and continue taping the entire thing. There it is, the 3 coats of the base, the dark blue. Now I'm gonna let it set for about 15 to 20 minutes before I remove the tape from the bottom. So let's just wait 15-20 minutes, and then we start removing the bottom color. There it is. Everything's uncovered and perfectly clean, perfectly straight. So now let's just start putting that clear. There it is. Nice, glossy. That is how you do a two-tone paint job. Right there, guys. Nice, clean lines. Looks good. There it is, the guide coat has been applied. Now real quick, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna be block sanding it. I'm gonna be using 180 grit so I can start sanding that door. Now you saw how I block sanded this. Let's just get started. Let's start painting it. It's finished at 400 grit. Now I already did the wax and grease remover. Everything is covered, everything is ready. So I am gonna be applying sealer. That's gonna be the first step. Apply the sealer so that everything can be a uniform color. Then I'll start with the teal, the bottom color first, because I need to cover that. So it's going to be a two-tone color, a two-tone paint job. As you know that the El Camino is a two-tone. So let's go to it. And there it is, the first and only coat of sealer. All you need is one. All you're trying to accomplish is get a uniform color. I had several different colors of primers and self-etching primers. I just wanted a uniform color, and the sealer accomplishes that. Now, what I am gonna do, I'm gonna spray the bottom part first, which is the teal color right there. I'm gonna let it set for about 20 to 30 minutes after I have sprayed it. Right now I'm waiting 15 minutes for that sealer to cure. Come back before applying the teal, come back and use a tag rag, clean it up, make sure that everything is nice and clean, and go with the teal. There's the first coat. Now you might be asking why you're applying teal on the inside. The thing is, right here, this line right there, that's where I'm going to cover it up. I'm going to cover it up from there to cover the back, to cover the front, I'm sorry, which is this. That way the paint will wrap around to the inside. There it is, 3 coats of the teal color. Now I'm gonna wait 30 minutes. I'm gonna wait 30 minutes before I can tape it up to cover it up. But the 3 coats have been applied. I'll bring you back once I start taping it. It's been 30 minutes. I already covered them up. I did put a fine line tape right at the edge. Then I used the automotive tape and just covered it up. That is all I did. Right there, you can see the fine line tape right there. So the automotive tape is on top of the fine line tape. There you go. After 3 coats, I already removed the bottom. Real nice crisp lines. If it's done correctly, guys, you're not gonna have any issues. Right there, it wraps around. There it is. 4 coats of clear. Came out really nice. All I gotta do is just wait. I'm gonna be waiting for a couple of days before I start sanding them so that I can flow coat them. I am gonna be painting the front grille area, the mirrors, and the hood. Now about the hood, a lot of people have been commenting or asking, why do I paint the hood this way? There's a couple of reasons. One of them is that I can get both sides I am going to be painting the inside and the outside of the hood, but there's a lot of people that's been saying that it's not the correct way to do it, that it needs to be flat. Why? There's no reason that it needs to be flat. There's no rule. I've been painting this way for years and never had any issues. There's actually a positive painting it this way. You can paint it flat, perfectly fine, but let me explain. The only time I would paint the hood with the car, including the doors and all that, it's gonna be when it's pearl or a candy paint job. It needs to be in the car. This way, this is metallic. It doesn't really matter. You're gonna say, yeah, but it's not gonna match with the fenders. Yes, it is. It is gonna match. Even if I paint it this way, it's gonna match because I do a control coat. That means that I'm controlling how the metallics are landing, and I did the exact same thing on the fenders and the side of the car. Now, the other reason I do it this way is because I'm able to paint the inside of the hood, which I'll do it at the same time. Everything's gonna wrap around. The clear coat's gonna wrap around. It's gonna get covered perfectly. Okay, there's no reason, there's no rule that it says you can't paint it this way. I've done it this way for many years, never had an issue. So if somebody tells you you can't paint your hood that way, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. There you go. One coat, that's all it takes. Now I'm gonna let it flash for about 10 to 15 minutes. Let it cure, and then we'll go and start applying that first coat of base. There you go, the 3 coats have been applied. Nice, even. Now I'm gonna let it set for about 15 minutes before I start applying the clear. There it is. We are done. 4 coats of clear in the exterior and 3 coats of clear in the interior. Hey, real quick, these doors have been drying for about a week. We're gonna be doing a flow coat. What's a flow coat? A flow coat is you're gonna be adding some more clear, but you're gonna be eliminating the orange peel that the paint job that you applied has. How are you gonna do that? Well, let me show you. Right now it looks real nice, real shiny, but we're gonna make it even better. The sandpaper I'm gonna be using is gonna be 600 grit with the DA, and it has to have an interface pad right there, and it has to be a new interface pad. Very important, has to be new. There it is. I got my 600 grit sandpaper on the DA. Let's start sanding now. Regarding the rotation, the revolutions, it's gonna be real slow, not too slow that the DA is gonna stop. It's just gonna be slow. Do not go full speed on it. You're gonna burn through and it's gonna create a big mess. And why are you doing a flow coat? What is it? What you're doing, you're eliminating all the orange peel, putting the surface as flat as possible, and you're gonna be adding some more clear coat. This time around it's gonna be reduced like about 5 to 10%. The clear coat is gonna be reduced about 5 to 10%, and it's gonna lay that clear real smooth, real flat, and you're not gonna need to be doing a cut and buff. This is gonna be the finish, and it's gonna come out real nice. It comes out really nice. They usually use it for show cars. That's how they get those real nice mirror finish shines. So let me show you how I'm gonna do it and what it's doing. Right there, as you saw, the revolutions aren't that fast, and I'm trying to eliminate all of that, all that orange peel, all these little dirt nibs, trying to leave it like this, as flat as possible. I'm just going slow, going at a soft, slow pace, and I'm gonna do the whole door just like that. There you go. Nice, flat. This is what we're looking for. All the little dirt nibs that it might have had, they're gone. All the orange peel is gone. Looking good. Now I'm gonna finish the bottom part. I already did that door. I'm gonna finish the bottom part, finish it up, hang them and re-clear them. I'm gonna show you how to re-clear them also. Here we are. They're covered. They're nice, they're clean. The gun I'm going to be using for that clear is going to be the clear gun from SATA 5500 with a 1.3 tip. So let's just mix up the clear. Start applying that clear. The clear I have been using for this project is the Glamour Clear from Eurochem, the UC210 with a slow activator or hardener, whatever you're going to call it. Right now it's 95 degrees in here. It's 95, so we need a slow activator. Let's just mix it up. The reducer that I'm going to be applying also is going to be from Eurochem. So I'm just going to add like 5 to 10% reducer. I'm not going to add that much. It's just for that clear to flow. There you go. After the 2 coats of clear, there it is. And that is what is called the float coat, guys. Now there's no orange peel. Nice, smooth, beautiful. The top of this tailgate from the El Camino is going to be a teal color, lighter blue than the bottom. Also, these corner pieces to where the bumper's at, it also has a teal color. You can see it right there. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to show you how to do it and the steps you need to take. There it is, the first coat and only coat of sealer. The 3 coats of the teal color have been applied. Now you gotta wait 30 minutes. You gotta wait 30 minutes for it to dry before you can start taping it up. If not, you're gonna peel off that initial color that you applied. So let's wait 30 minutes. This area also have been applied. So we're gonna wait 30 minutes. I'll bring you back once the 30 minutes have been passed, and so I can show you how I'm gonna tape it up. It's been 30 minutes since it has dried. Now you can see right there I applied a fine line tape right to the edge, and then some painter's tape. I'm using painter's tape because I found out it's a little bit more forgiving from lifting the other base coat that we just applied. So it's lightly tacked painter's tape. That'll work perfectly. You saw me apply the 3 coats of the dark blue, and you saw me remove the tape. How long did I wait between the final coat of dark blue before removing the tape? I waited 20 minutes. 20 minutes for the blue to dry before I started removing the tape. I didn't want to peel the dark blue when I was peeling the tape. So I waited 20 minutes and came out nice, straight, crisp lines. Right here, you can see. So now we're gonna use a tack rag, clean it up, start applying that clear. There it is. This is how to make a two-tone paint job. Just follow these steps and you'll be good. Now I'm gonna let it dry for a couple of days before I come back and sand it down for that flow coat. But this is how you do it, guys. This is how you do a two-stage paint job. This is the same process for the entire car. First of all, the materials I'm gonna be using 600 grit sandpaper, a regular DA, and an electrical DA. The electrical DA is gonna have the interface pad, a brand new one. It needs to be a brand new interface pad, which I do have. Then I do have some Scotch-Brite, but these are for the DA. Very useful pads. I'm gonna leave all the information in the description below where you can get all these materials. So let's just begin. Let's go to the car and show you how it's gonna be done. Now you might be asking yourself, why do you have two different DAs? The air DA, I'm gonna be using it with the Scotch-Brite pads. Now the electric one, it has a variable speed, which I can set it to the lowest speed and not burn the paint when I'm sanding with the 600. That's one of the reasons it has a speed that's lower than the air DA. Now this one you can actually adjust it, but it's a little bit harder to control than the electric. I'm gonna start off with the electric DA with the slowest speed that it has, with the interface pad and 600 grit sandpaper. Right here, this is what I'm trying to eliminate, the orange peel. I'm going to leave it as flat as possible. All you need to do, put the DA as flat as possible and just sand it down. Make sure that all the orange peel is eliminated, then continue. Don't stay in one area or you're going to burn it. So just continue. Once you see it's like this, go to the next step, go to the next step. And it's a process, it'll take time, and all you gotta do is just go slow. Real quick, guys, when you see these little pigtails right there, it's either time to change your sandpaper or blow it off. You saw me blow off the sandpaper several times. That's because I was getting this. Now, if you blow off the sandpaper and once you start sanding, you see them come up right away, change the sandpaper. You're gonna use a lot of sandpaper, guys. I'm trying to get it as smooth as possible, which you can see right there. These areas also. Now this area right here, I'm gonna do it with the machine, with the electric DA, but I'm also gonna do it with the Scotch-Brite. I'll show you in a bit. Most of it is done already. Now, as you can see, I try to stay away from the edges right there. So next, what I'm gonna do, gonna get the air DA sander with that Scotch-Brite. These pads are excellent for that, guys. You're gonna see how it's done right now. They're Velcro. All you gotta do is stick it on and go to town. Start sanding. And there it is. That is how you use that red Scotch-Brite, and everything is sanded. I did cut through right there, guys. I don't know if you can see it. Very, very minor, but I'm going to show you how to repair that before flow coating. And this is it. That's the way you sand it. Real nice. Now there's no orange peel whatsoever. Let's just finish the entire car. I'll bring you back once everything has been sanded. I'm going to be doing the exact same thing to that back area and the top also. I'll bring you back once it's done so that we can flow coat it. There it is. Everything has been sanded. All the top has been sanded. I'm not going to sand the inside. There's no need for that. I am going to go inside all the way to here. So it's ready. It's ready to flow coat, but there is an issue. The problem is that it's raining. We do have a tropical depression that's coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, so that's gonna really hurt for that flow coating. So the car is ready, like I mentioned, but the humidity is the tricky part, guys. Moisture in the air can affect the flash time that's gonna take for the paint to dry between coats and to dry. That's one of the reasons I don't like to paint when it's raining. I know that it's not gonna hurt the adhesion process. It will take longer to cure though, which means it's more prone to debris, to little bugs or stuff to start going into the clear. That's one of the reasons, guys. That's basically the main reason. A lot of people are gonna say that, hey, you can flow coat, you can paint the car when it's raining. I don't do it. You might do it, I don't. Now if you have a paint booth, that's a whole different ball game. You're able to do all those kind of stuff, but not me. I ain't gonna risk it. This car's been in the works for a couple of months. I'm not gonna risk it just because it's raining and ruin the whole thing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna wait. Let the tropical storm pass. The car is safe inside the garage, so there's nothing that's gonna happen to it. It's ready to go, so I'm just gonna wait. I know that the owner of the car will be happy with the finished results if I wait, because of the things that I just mentioned. So let's just wait, and everything is covered and ready to go. But I did have a couple of burn throughs when I was sanding for this flow coat, and I am gonna show you how to fix them. So let's just get to it. How did this happen? It's because I sanded more than what I needed to sand for this flow coat. So I did cut it basically on the edges, guys. I did cut a couple of areas. So what you do, you tape. What I do, I tape them up. I tape them up just to see that I won't lose them. So what I do in order to fix them, I still have paint on both of this dark blue and this teal color. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get myself an airbrush. I use this airbrush, okay? It's self-contained right here. It's real simple to use. This is the compressor right there, which perfect. All I gotta do is fill up the little can with the paint and start painting it. I am gonna use this. Let me show you. There you go. All those little burn throughs, they're gone. Now let's just do the flow coat. Apply 2 coats of clear. Should be good. This is a really good airbrush, guys. I'm gonna leave all the details as to where you can get it in the description below. It has helped me out a lot on these type of little burn throughs, like little minor burn throughs. So there you go. All right, I already unmasked it. As you can see, all the burn throughs came out looking nice. I'm already installing everything. It's a little dirty right now, but as you can see with the flow coat, nothing. So this is another type of if you don't want to cut and buff, this is another thing you can do, guys, and they come out looking beautiful. Here it is, guys. It's finished, looking good, looking real good. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys followed the videos as to how it was done. Customer will be adding all the chrome trimmings, the moldings, everything. What do you think? There it is, guys. It's a quick video of the finish of this El Camino. If you want to follow, I'm going to be posting the entire video from start to finish next weekend. So if you guys want to follow it, it's gonna be from start to finish. But this is it, guys. Hope you liked it. Thank you very much. Stay safe like always. God bless.